Welcome to Stay City School. My name is Brian Mitchell and I'm the headmaster. And Juliet Glover, who heads our college, and I shall be taking you on a tour of our school. I'm standing next to the Founder's Bell, and this bell has immense significance for all of us at this school. When we opened in 2018, our founder students, our pioneers, rang themselves into the school. And each term we ring this bell 203 times to honor those pioneering students of 2018. This bell has significance. It calls us to learning, and it also calls us to be a community. We begin our tour in the Early Years Centre, where our youngest students learn. Learning in our Early Years Centre takes place all of the time and is coincidental to all that happens here, because we believe that our children learn by doing. They have spacious classrooms in which their imaginations can run wild, and they have a playground that is specifically designed to promote the development of their young bodies as they run, ride, climb, swing, dance, dig, bake, and create. This is a place of happiness and of love. And it operates as a distinct section of the school because we know that our youngest students need a space of their own and a curriculum that is specifically designed for their needs. All of our teachers are specialists in early years education, and our children also benefit from language, music, dance, physical education, and technology specialists who expand their view of the world. They all learn to speak isiZulu and Afrikaans. They all have the opportunity to perform on the stage as musicians, singers, dancers, and as actors. They all get to benefit from a specialized sports skills program. They all attend technology classes, and our natural sciences teacher introduces them to the world of experiments and inquiry in a club known as the Nosy Newtons. We know we are preparing them for a world that we cannot even imagine, and we take that responsibility seriously. As an example, our 3-year-old students learn to code before they can even read. How cool is that? Our EYC children graduate as superheroes at the end of their grade 0 year and move through the gate and into the foundation phase, fully prepared to continue their journey of exploration. Our foundation phase classrooms are specifically designed for flexible learning. Each has its own veranda, which allows easy access for our students into the gardens and into the playground. Here the skills that are taught become slightly more formal, and the young students find an even greater independence. The specialist lessons in languages, art, music, physical education, technology and science continue as the students discover that we all create our own knowledge and we all find our own abilities. This is a social time and a time to ensure that the skills that we need through life are in place. It's also a time to discover the wide world of sports and clubs, and our integrated day allows the students the opportunity to experiment in coding, robotics, and in all of the core sports that we offer at the school. This is the senior prep, and this is where our students from grades 4 to 7 discover and learn. Here specialization accelerates, as our students are able to use our facilities to discover their unique talents. We know that choice and variety are essential. Art, drama and music play a major part in our curriculum, as does science and technology. Our science lab houses a world of wonder, where our advanced curriculum allows our students to experiment, work with our animal friends, and have a hands-on experience of scientific inquiry. At this school we learn by doing, and nowhere more so than here. Welcome to the place we call the Hive. It is a busy place where books are at the forefront of all we do, because we believe that reading is fundamental to the education of our young people. But it is so much more than that. It's also our technology centre. This is the centre of our STREAM program: science, technology, robotics, engineering, the arts and mathematics. We know that the world of the future contains many mysteries, and we know that our young people need to be adept at unlocking these. They will ask the questions and they will answer them, and they need to be prepared for this. That is why we have invested as we have in the technological future of education, and that is why we specialize. We are a Microsoft showcase school, and we work closely with Microsoft to ensure that we are at the cutting edge of technological education at all times. Just as our EYC students learn to code, so we explore through Minecraft and robotics, using our 3D printers and our drones to ensure that our children have the ability to fly high and see far. Just as we understand the importance of technology, so too we understand the importance of exercise. So join me, if you will, as we move from the world of high-tech to the world of the outdoors. Steyn City School is committed to team and lifestyle sports. We understand that as our young people move into adulthood, they will have less and less time to play team sports, but they'll need to be healthy. Our access to the wonderful parkland of Steyn City allows us to use kilometers of cycling and running trails and to take full advantage of the space at our disposal. I can't help but think that we have the world's biggest playground. We also have the Jack Nicklaus designed Steyn City golf course at our disposal, and our students are able to enroll with the Steyn City professionals for golf lessons. Similarly, our tennis players are catered for by professionals who coach our teams as part of our co-curricular program, but also offer individual lessons. Our team sports have equally wonderful facilities and skilled professional coaches to ensure that we make the most of them. Our swimmers and water polo players compete in our indoor and heated aquatic centre, where our youngest students are able to learn to swim in a specialised pool. We opened our hockey astro in 2020, built to the highest of standards and floodlit for evening competition. Our boys and girls footballers play in an extended season on our fields that are used by Bafana Bafana when they practice in Johannesburg. And our netball players have achieved significant success in the local leagues. Cricket is an important sport at our school, and 5 of our girls' first 11 players have already achieved international colours. All of these sports are accompanied by the opportunity to join the sporting academies that Steyn City School supports. We play seriously and we play with intensity, but we also know that playing sport is about participation and enjoyment, and that it is a lifelong pleasure that we value. We celebrate our students' passage through the prep school, and this culminates in the grade 7 dinner and the prize giving ceremony. These are important rites of passage for our students. In a ceremony that takes place at the beginning of each year, our students move from the prep to the college and walk a path that leads them to our senior campus. They ring the iconic Founders Bell and enter our college, which is led by Juliet Glover.
Hello, and welcome to Steyn City School College campus. I am Juliet Glover, head of the college, and it is my privilege to give you a tour of our remarkable college campus.
Classroom blocks are mirrored on each side of the field. These blocks are dedicated to faculties. Our courtyard is a social gathering space, and one can hear the echoes of laughter in the mornings as students gather here. The pavilion acts as a welcome respite at afternoon cricket matches, and as the college canteen during the school day. Our young adults eat their lunch while socializing in this space. And as you look out across the field, you see the aquatic centre, the prep, and the EYC in the distance. This block is the languages block and includes our support centre. We have a dedicated counsellor and run a careful pastoral care system, which is based on a house and vertical mentor group system that runs along vertical slices of the school. The system allows students to be part of a small mentor group of about 10 students and a house of about 60 students. The mentor groups meet regularly to celebrate birthdays, discuss current issues at school and in the world, and to touch base with each other. Mentor groups are cross-grade, so each grade has a few grade 8 students, 9 students, 10, 11 and 12, and so this group becomes a small family in the school, with the senior students mentoring the junior students. There's been a great deal of educational research on this type of structure in a school, and it has been found to be an extremely effective way of giving students a sense of safety and belonging. It also reduces bullying significantly. This is the Engineering, Graphics and Design classroom, a double volume room where prac and theory are managed in the same space. These double volume spaces are echoed in all of our practical classrooms: drama, visual art, information technology, and our labs. This means students can move between theory and practice with ease and in a way that mirrors a real-world space. This is our drama room with the most beautiful view over the Astro, netball and tennis courts. We have a vibrant drama program run by an incredible drama teacher. In 2019, we entered the Feeder Festival, which is the premier school drama festival in Johannesburg. We won Best Cutting Edge Play and Best Newcomer with a number of special mentions for our actors. It must be mentioned that these were junior performers, grade 8, 9 and 10, up against seasoned senior drama students from well-established schools. The school boasts 3 science labs for chemistry, life sciences and physics. The life sciences lab and classroom echoes the theory and practical space so that students move easily between these. The hub is the teenage version of the Hive in the prep school. Its vision is one of student collaboration, study spaces, robotics and books, while the pod allows for small lectures, film viewing and discussion. Although the theatre was built in the college, it is shared by the whole school. Our state-of-the-art theatre was built with music, drama, preschool concerts, public speaking, dance, debating, school productions, community workshops, and so much more in mind. It is a community space, and the college meets here weekly for our school assembly, which is always a celebration of the talents of our students. And that wraps up our virtual tour of our remarkable Steyn City School, a space that brings the hearts and minds of students, staff, and teachers together each day. We look forward to welcoming you here.
Good afternoon. My name is Charmaine Ordia and I'll be your MC for the afternoon. It's a great pleasure to sit here today with Yaku from RGB Gaming. Yaku, welcome to our high school expo today.
Hi Charmaine, thanks for having me.
So Yaku, we've been thinking about a couple of things, and one of the things that I thought of asking you is, why are we seeing such a sudden uptrend with esports, and with esports being introduced as a subject and an extracurricular activity in just about every possible South African school?
So, I mean, look, first of all, before I get onto what the reason, for that would be, is that, people might wonder, who are they talking to, or why is this guy talking about it? So, from an RGB perspective, we focus very heavily on, bringing gaming and gamification into schools, specifically around esports and specifically around building esports leagues. The reason why there's been such a sudden explosion is, in the last 2 years, COVID has had a massive impact, right? And it's had a massive impact on all our lives. And I think before COVID, people didn't realize how online capable we are, of not only online capable in terms of learning, but also social interaction. And I think because of that acceptance around online being so acceptable, esports has also come out as a natural element of that. And people have really started realizing that, look, there's fundamental things in esports that can actually be beneficial, specifically around education. That's, of course, one of the things that we focus on.
So how does South African esports education compare to similar programs in other countries?
The reality is that at the moment, specifically in South Africa, esports, and not only esports in the greater sense, but also esports around education, it's really still in its infancy. And, there's not a lot of focus that has gone into it. And, part of what RGB is trying to do is to build out a program that really focuses on, how do we bring esports into education to actually make it a valuable tool. The first thing that you have to accept is that, esports brings its own set of skills, and, the ability to develop and to, develop those fundamental, almost life skills, right? If you look at other places in the world, especially the Americas and Europe and also Asia, there are actual programs being run that offer students scholarships, throughout from primary school to sort of high school level, up to university.
Wow.
And hopefully with what we're trying to do with the RGB program is to really take the first steps to make that a reality, locally in South Africa.
Oh, that's just wonderful. So what are the most popular esports games being played competitively at a school level and obviously at a higher level?
Well, for us, right now, Minecraft is a big focus, and Minecraft is a natural, I almost want to say a natural element for that, and the reason for that is Minecraft can be very educationally focused. It has all the tools, it has all the elements needed, it can be structured in a very good way. So, bringing education into it and looking at a title that facilitates that, Minecraft is a really, really good choice at the moment from a primary school perspective. Other games like Rocket League, FIFA, those are all, age appropriate, especially for primary schools as well. When you go into high school level and university level, the old favorites are there: CSGO, Dota, Valorant, Apex, Call of Duty is a big one as well. So there are other titles, but of course, as part of the program, we want to, it's not that we just want to, it's also that we have a responsibility to make it age appropriate and to, when you look at education specifically, to actually build the elements around that.
Yeah. Jaco, so I know you've touched on this, but if you can just encapsulate this for us, what is the benefit of esports for students in schools?
So look, for students specifically, I think first and foremost, there's schools offer different activities for different students, but inherently not all students always fit in with every activity that is being offered, right? And I think one of the things that esports fulfills is the ability to also give students that sometimes don't fit into other areas or other interests, to also give them something to focus on and be able to represent their school. So that's one of the things. The other thing is students themselves start building amazing skills, right? There's a whole skill set around esports, around team communication, strategic thinking, creative problem solving, all sorts of things that get done within that environment that students get excited about in terms of actually obtaining those skills.
So, Jaco, career opportunities. What career opportunities could having esports in school open up for students?
So, funnily enough, the days of esports just being gaming is no longer, what it is. And it's an entire ecosystem, right? And around that ecosystem sits a lot of career and job opportunities, whether it's, casting, whether it's content creation, whether it's team management. There's so much career opportunities within the ecosystem that is really something that, that is actually there as something real for students to look at, right?
Tell me something about the team managers and coaches and so on that people could become those. I mean, could you do that as a career? Could you become a team manager or a coach?
Absolutely. The esport industry is a multi-million rand industry, and actually, in actual fact, multi-billion-dollar industry worldwide. And just like any other sport, or traditional sport, rugby, cricket, netball, whatever may be the case, there are actual people that manage the teams, there are people that look after the players, there are coaches, there are content creators, there are casters, people that broadcast these matches. So it's very real, right? It's a very real career opportunity.
It's created a complete different market. So why would some students choose esports instead of traditional school sports, such as rugby, cricket and netball? And I'm thinking about schools who are going into that area saying specifically, we're not focusing on that. You can do that as an extracurricular activity as a club. Why would they choose this rather?
So again, I mean, as I mentioned previously, there are students that simply don't prefer traditional sports, which means that there's not really an inclusive opportunity. So this is really about offering students the ability to be inclusive and to obviously represent their school on whatever they are good at. And you will find that there are students that have a natural ability or a talent to just be good at esports, and they have the opportunity to then present or represent their school in that aspect.
Yeah, that's actually wonderful. So if you have a different skill besides what they have at school, you could actually just grow that skill.
Exactly.
Okay, so as a parent myself, it's quite tough to answer this one to myself. Why would I be excited about esports and sitting my child in front of a television screen or a monitor for hours and hours on end? Why would I be excited about it being introduced into a school curriculum?
So I mean, I'm going to give you the textbook answer first, right? And the textbook answer is that first and foremost, esports is a skill building tool. So it teaches kids real life skills that they would necessarily need to translate into the workplace. And there's these things like, teamwork, again, creative problem solving, strategic thinking, communication skills. All of those things are being, bolstered by esports and really teaches children those sort of skills that they once they leave school, they will definitely need, right? That's the first thing. The second thing is that any parent is a proud parent, right? So if you have a child who's excelling at esports and, really being a star and representing their school and being part of the team, maybe even a team captain or whatever may be the case, that sort of parental feeling towards being proud of your child will be the same whether it's a traditional sport or a e-sport, right?
So we should encourage them to get into it, eh?
Yes,
and maybe they could get proud. Right. So we all face obstacles when in school environments where we're traditional schools and now we want to go into this. What are the sort of obstacles that South Africa faces in terms of getting esports implemented in education specifically?
So look, there's two main obstacles that we face in South Africa at the moment. I mean, I guess the first one is you touched on it a little bit with the previous question, but the first one is a bit of stigma around, there are still the parents out there that have not maybe had the talk with their child or not understood what esports is all about, that has a stigma around my child is just playing games all day and not necessarily have seen the positive side of it in terms of the skill building and the learning that takes place and those sort of things. So there is still a bit of stigma that we have to overcome. I must be honest though, that is becoming less and less as people are being educated in terms of what esport is all about, what are the actual tangible benefits, what are the learning opportunities. The stigma is being reduced, but it is still an obstacle, right? And then I think a big one in South Africa is really the technology inequality that we face in South Africa, right? I mean, not all schools, not all households, not all parents have the ability to expose their children to the required technologies. And again, I mean, it's esports, right? So we're talking about technology devices, internet connection, those sort of things. And not everybody has the opportunity to be able to be exposed to that. So that definitely is still a big stumbling block, especially in South Africa. We do have quite a few partners and people that work with us that try and close these gaps, but it is something that we see as an obstacle, right?
Yeah. So that's definitely something that one would need to look at if you are looking at a high school. Since we are at the High School Expo, perhaps it's a good idea to look at high schools who are already geared towards that sort of thing, if your child might be interested. And if your child might not be, if you think, as a parent, you think your child might not be interested, perhaps you should speak to your child as well, because there are many career options, I understand. and Jaco and I have spoken a little bit off camera, and he told me that there is something happening in tertiary education. And I would love to know, Jaco, what sort of plans are there for esports introduced in tertiary education?
So I think there's a couple of important points when we talk about the program and the RGB program and the time we spent in developing this program. And one of the things definitely is that if you start to build anything, you've got to pick a point, right, where it starts, and you've got to pick a point that makes sense. Now, currently in South Africa, there's no one that focuses, specifically on bringing esports into an education environment, and also definitely not with an educational focus. And for us, we wanted to start at a point, and we call it grassroots level, which makes sense. Where do we start building something like esports in education? And maybe now is a good time to highlight that it's not just about, our slogan says it's not just about gaming, and it's definitely not, right? It's about also teaching children that they have a digital citizenship and that they should take ownership of what that digital citizenship means, right? Yeah. It's very much about, ethical behavior as well. And if you want to build something and you want to make it sustainable, you've got to start at a lower level, which is why we started with primary schools specifically. The next step, and when I say the next step, within the next 3 to 5 years, the idea is to build the same sort of program out into high schools, and then of course taking it from there into tertiary education environments. From that perspective, that maybe links into one of the questions you asked me earlier around, what does that mean, from a perspective of is there possible opportunities to let kids go from a very low level up to, say, for example, something like university level with some scholarships or things like that. And of course that now you can sort of see where the plan, or how the plan eventually then builds out to get to that point.
Yeah. Now, the first steps that schools should take to ensure professional education esports programs are implemented in their schools. And I presume you're going to say RGB Gaming, and we've touched on it a little bit with them, and they're absolutely amazing. We dealt with them a little bit at Bryandale, and so you can tell us, please, what should we do?
Well, I mean, that's exactly that, right? I mean, if a school is interested in getting into esports, there's a couple of things, right? There's a couple of things that a school should think about when they want to get into esports, right? Because esports is such a broad, such a big environment and such a huge ecosystem that, there are questions that a school will have to answer for themselves first, right? So first of all, do I want to get into esports, and why do I want to get into esports? Is it a competitive thing? Am I going to offer it as an extramural? Am I going to start integrating it with my curriculum, which are all, possibilities to do. But many schools don't know where to start, and they don't know, it's such a vast ecosystem, it's such a monster for some schools that they just don't know. And of course, we are here to help. So yes, definitely, if a school wants to get into it, even if it's just an inquiry, right? Even if they just want information in terms of, what is available, what are the benefits, how do I put this into my school, where do I start, then definitely they can contact us. So, I mean, after today, there will be some information available. Even if you are watching the stream, we're going to make some information available around how to contact us. But if schools are interested to do it, they can contact RGB. We can do some consulting with them, give them sort of direction on where to go. It's a very, very interesting conversation. Considering where the world is going, you can't avoid it. That's probably the baseline of the whole thing, is that this is where the world is going, and sooner or later you have to get into it. And if you're scared to get into it now, that's what we are here for, right? That's what we're here to do, and what we can help with.
Jaco, a couple of years ago, I sat in a talk and listened to a man who said that we are preparing children for a job that does not exist. Mm-hmm. A child in primary school is going to go into a career that we don't even know the name of yet. And by the time they go to matric, there's a very large chance that they might have an idea of the job, but they won't know what it is. And degrees have become shorter, and for that reason, that people could go into a master's and a PhD much quicker, honours master's, PhD, for that reason, that they could upskill all the time, because the job market changes all the time. And I think a parent who's very clever and very shrewd about where they want their child to go will be open towards this technological advance. It teaches people a lot of skills, as I could pick up from you, collaboration skills that are absolutely essential, not just in today's market, but in the future, and more so in the future. If you look at the 21st learning design, and you look at all the components of that, so much of it is problem solving and collaboration and working on your own strengths and working with someone.
The reality is that in a country like South Africa, some of the skills that we really need is exactly that, right? It's creative problem solving, it's collaborative skills, it's communication skills. Those are skills that are in our own environment, from a country perspective, in some cases sorely lacking, right? So from my point of view, anything that is going to bolster that or improve that or create opportunities for that to occur is a great idea, because we need that. We are in sore need of entrepreneurial thinkers, which in reality is one of the skills that esports inherently promotes.
Yeah, and from a teaching point of view, I think it's great that gamification has come into. We've known this all along. I mean, even in the days when I learned to be a teacher, they taught us do it in a game. We had to learn language games and so forth. And now we cannot be afraid of gamification in the real world, because it's just more technological. And like you said, it teaches you so many different skills. Jaco, it's been wonderful having you here with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. And I'm sure people are going to be contacting you. And
I hope so. It's exciting.
We hope to see you outside just soon. So just soon we're going to have a little intermission and a quick break. And after that, we hope to see some more people that we could talk to. So thank you, Jaco. See you later.
Thanks, guys.
Welcome back. I have with me Shanae. Welcome to our expo, Shanae. She's from Education Incorporated Boutique, which is a small boutique school in Fourways.
Yes.
Small?
Yes, we are. 12 students per class, maximum.
Oh, how amazing. So tell us a little bit more about your school, Shanae.
Well, 12 students already kind of gave it away. So at Edu Inc., we recognize each student as a unique individual. And we also recognize the fact that some students get very nervous in large, busy spaces, hence the small environment. We invest in and nurture the potential of each student and showing them what it is like to learn in a secure and positive environment while encouraging independence and fostering integrity. I feel like I'm on the news. It's very intimidating.
Well, you just have fun and tell us about your school. We love it already, so tell us some more.
Thank you so much. So, like I've already discussed, as we all know, that we live in a day and age that is developing and evolving at an extremely fast pace. Traditional values and academic systems of schools do not accommodate future entrepreneurs and do not teach them how to fit into the world after school. So at Edu Inc., critical thinking and the ability to create, build, problem solve and develop ideas sets Education Incorporated students apart and prepares them to be influential members of society.
That sounds great.
So like I've already mentioned, we are classes no bigger than 12 students. So teachers are able to inspire, invest and innovate to accommodate each student's individual needs. In addition to this, we have maintained a 100% matric pass rate since our inception. Our fast thinking and action that we took during our schools, during the country's first big lockdown, our school showed fast thinking and action when we fully immersed ourselves into a fully functioning hybrid school.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Which made right from the very start, our students, we pride ourselves on this, our students did not miss one single day of school because the teachers, we immediately started giving classes through Google Meets. So the teachers were teaching full lessons, the whole 4 hours of every lesson, and the students didn't miss any academic time.
Oh, how wonderful.
And then even currently, because of our hybrid setup, currently we have students attending with us that's in Durban and in the United Kingdom.
Is that on a full-time basis?
Yes, full-time. They are on Google Meets in every lesson, on a TV, in the class, as if they are right there with us.
That is amazing.
Yes. So our school also offers mentor programs managed by our insightful, imaginative and intuitive leaders. So that's either the principals and even then we have prefects, and you can create a mentor program with anyone you feel comfortable with to chat with, just to check in, or any concerns that you feel you want to chat about.
So
Yes.
do they even have a mentorship with prefects?
Prefects, yeah, if a child feels comfortable chatting to a prefect or even want to chat to the principal, they have meetings set up during the week and you just book an appointment with them and they chat to you, just have a little check-in.
Absolutely amazing.
Yes, because we believe the EQ, the emotional well-being of the child needs to be in check before we can achieve anything intellectually with the child. Although Education Incorporated does not offer formal sports activities, the school caters to stars competing provincially, nationally and internationally. Athletes and artists have grueling training and competition programs, and these students often enroll at Education Incorporated because we can help them manage the rigors of a full academic curriculum and extracurricular commitments. We do, however, have clubs. Even though we don't have extramurals and sports, we do have clubs that's created by the teachers and the students to entertain interests and then safe, productive socialization. So we encourage the kids to hang out at the school with clubs. The students who are interested in role-playing games like D&D, we have kids, teachers staying Friday afternoons just playing D&D, having fun. We have a gaming room where you can just stay and game, rather on campus where everyone knows you are safe and looked after. But then, something that our teachers and students get very excited about. At our school, we follow a similar system to Harry Potter's Hogwarts. So when you as a teacher or a student join our school, you do a little quiz based on your personality, and then you are elected to join one of the houses. So the houses compete against each other throughout the year to win the house cup at the end of the year. So I want everyone to listen very carefully, students especially. We have 4 houses. So we have the loyal Pegasus, who inspire and enlighten. The courageous Griffins, who do everything with intelligence and determination. That's me, I'm a Griffin.
You can see it.
Then the powerful Dragons, who are wise and protects their own. And the independent Phoenix, who has purity and reason. So based on those qualities, where do you think you would belong?
I know where my English students think I would go. Probably the dragon.
Well, students, if you're wondering in what house you might belong, you are welcome to do the test at our in-person stand or come visit the school. But one thing is for sure, you definitely belong at Edu Inc.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you for sharing this with us.
Sure.
It's absolutely amazing. I jotted down a couple of things. So when I spoke to you initially, I almost thought that a school like that would be a primary school going on to a high school. Is it a pure
It's
high
grade
school?
4 to grade 12.
And the intermediate phase and the senior phase going on to the FET phase,
Yes.
it just flows naturally?
Yes, we have 1 hour lessons for each grade, and because we're so small, the teachers can
Absolutely.
still give individual attention. In some cases, we might feel it's beneficial, in some cases, to combine a grade 4 and 5 because the syllabus can be adjusted. We do that as well. And then the older kids get a bit of revision and the younger kids are pushed a bit harder. Always a little bit of competition in the class.
It sounds, despite the fact that it is very holistic and very caring, it's also very competitive. And I think that is so amazing because in today's day and age, it is often a question of let's compete and win at all costs. And it's so enlightening to see a school who actually cares enough about the children to uplift them to a point that they really actually want to win because they deserve it. And that they have adults who guide them in that line, and that teaches us integrity. And so what a wonderful place to go. Small schools, small classes, if that is your thing, I think this is where we need to go. So thank you so much for joining
Thank
us.
you so
It was an
much.
absolute thrill to hear about your school. I'm quite excited. I want to see if I really am a dragon.
Yes, please come visit us.
I hope I'm not. Maybe I would be, I don't know. What are you?
A Griffin.
Maybe I'll join you. So for now, we're going to have a little bit of a promotional, a couple of promotional videos that are going to play. Stick around to watch those. They are from several other schools.
Situated in the suburbs of Kailami, South Africa, lies Bolu College, a school which for the past 20 years has excelled in educating young students in regard to academic, sporting and cultural achievement. With state-of-the-art classrooms, sporting and equine facilities, as well as experienced and enthusiastic teachers, students are always well prepared and ready for the next challenge that lies ahead. spirit is at the forefront of college life. All come out to support the school in cultural activities, on the sports field, or lending a helping hand in the classroom. With hearts of steel, heads of wisdom, and spirits never to be broken, these are the values for which I choose Bolu College. Situated in the suburbs of Kailami, South Africa, lies Bolu College, a school which for the past 20 years has excelled in educating young students in regard to academic, sporting, and cultural achievement. With state-of-the-art classrooms, sporting and equine facilities, as well as experienced and enthusiastic teachers, students are always well prepared and ready for the next challenge that lies ahead. School spirit is at the forefront of college life. All come out to support the school in cultural activities, on the sports field, or lending a helping hand in the classroom. With hearts of steel, heads of wisdom, and spirits never to be broken, these are the values for which I choose Bolu College. Situated in the suburbs of Kailami, South Africa, lies Bolu College, a school which for the past 20 years has excelled in educating young students in regard to academic, sporting, and cultural achievement. With state-of-the-art classrooms, sporting and equine facilities, as well as experienced and enthusiastic teachers, students are always well prepared and ready for the next challenge that lies ahead. School spirit is at the forefront of college life. All come out to support the school in cultural activities, on the sports field, or lending a helping hand in the classroom. With hearts of steel, heads of wisdom, and spirits never to be broken, these are the values for which I choose Bolu College. Situated in the suburbs of Kailami, South Africa, lies Bolu College, a school which for the past 20 years has excelled in educating young students in regard to academic, sporting, and cultural achievement. With state-of-the-art classrooms, sporting and equine facilities, as well as experienced and enthusiastic teachers, students are always well prepared and ready for the next challenge that lies ahead. School spirit is at the forefront of college life. All come out to support the school in cultural activities, on the sports field, or lending a helping hand in the classroom. With hearts of steel, heads of wisdom, and spirits never to be broken, these are the values for which I choose Bolu College. Situated in the suburbs of Kailami, South Africa, lies Bolu College, a school which for the past 20 years has excelled in educating young students in regard to academic, sporting, and cultural achievement. With state-of-the-art classrooms, sporting and equine facilities, as well as experienced and enthusiastic teachers, students are always well prepared and ready for the next challenge that lies ahead. School spirit is at the forefront of college life. All come out to support the school in cultural activities, on the sports field, or lending a helping hand in the classroom. With hearts of steel, heads of wisdom, and spirits never to be broken, these are the values for which I choose Bryandale College. Situated in the suburbs of Kailami, South Africa, lies Bryandale College, a school which for the past 20 years has excelled in educating young students in regard to academic, sporting, and cultural achievement. With state-of-the-art classrooms, sporting and equine facilities, as well as experienced and enthusiastic teachers, students are always well prepared and ready for the next challenge that lies ahead. School spirit is at the forefront of college life. All come out to support the school in cultural activities, on the sports field, or lending a helping hand in the classroom. With hearts of steel, heads of wisdom, and spirits never to be broken, these are the values for which I choose Bryandale College. Situated in the suburbs of Kailami, South Africa, lies Bryandale College, a school which for the past 20 years has excelled in educating young students in regard to academic, sporting, and cultural achievement. With state-of-the-art classrooms, sporting and equine facilities, as well as experienced and enthusiastic teachers, students are always well prepared and ready for the next challenge that lies ahead. School spirit is at the forefront of college life. All come out to support the school in cultural activities, on the sports field, or lending a helping hand in the classroom. With hearts of steel, heads of wisdom, and spirits never to be broken. These are the values for which I choose Bolu College. Situated in the suburbs of Kailami, South Africa, lies Bolu College, a school which for the past 20 years has excelled in educating young students in regard to academic, sporting, and cultural achievement. With state-of-the-art classrooms, sporting and equine facilities, as well as experienced and enthusiastic teachers, students are always well prepared and ready for the next challenge that lies ahead. School spirit is at the forefront of college life. All come out to support the school in cultural activities, on the sports field, or lending a helping hand in the classroom. With hearts of steel, heads of wisdom, and spirits never to be broken, these are the values for which I choose Bolu College. Situated in the suburbs of Kailami, South Africa, lies Bolu College, a school which for the past 20 years has excelled in educating young students in regard to academic, sporting, and cultural achievement. With state-of-the-art classrooms, sporting and equine facilities, as well as experienced and enthusiastic teachers, students are always well prepared and ready for the next challenge that lies ahead. School spirit is at the forefront of college life. All come out to support the school in cultural activities, on the sports field, or lending a helping hand in the classroom. With hearts of steel, heads of wisdom, and spirits never to be broken, these are the values for which I choose Bolu College. Situated in the suburbs of Kailami, South Africa, lies Bolu College, a school which for the past 20 years has excelled in educating young students in regard to academic, sporting and cultural achievement. With state-of-the-art classrooms, sporting and equine facilities, as well as experienced and enthusiastic teachers, students are always well prepared and ready for the next challenge that lies ahead. School spirit is at the forefront of college life. All come out to support the school in cultural activities, on the sports field, or lending a helping hand in the classroom. With hearts of steel, heads of wisdom, and spirits never to be broken, these are the values for which I choose Bolu College. Situated in the suburbs of Kailami, South Africa, lies Bolu College, a school which for the past 20 years has excelled in educating young students in regard to academic, sporting and cultural achievement. With state-of-the-art classrooms, sporting and equine facilities, as well as experienced and enthusiastic teachers, students are always well prepared and ready for the next challenge that lies ahead. School spirit is at the forefront of college life. All come out to support the school in cultural activities, on the sports field, or lending a helping hand in the classroom. With hearts of steel, heads of wisdom, and spirits never to be broken, these are the values for which I choose Bolu College. Situated in the suburbs of Kailami, South Africa, lies Bolu College, a school which for the past 20 years has excelled in educating young students in regard to academic, sporting, and cultural achievement. With state-of-the-art classrooms, sporting and equine facilities, as well as experienced and enthusiastic teachers, students are always well prepared and ready for the next challenge that lies ahead. School spirit is at the forefront of college life. All come out to support the school in cultural activities, on the sports field, or lending a helping hand in the classroom. With hearts of steel, heads of wisdom, and spirits never to be broken, these are the values for which I choose Bolu College.
So much to Bolu for their promotional content, and we're looking forward to seeing what Brescia is going to offer us. Let's watch what they have. Thank you, Brescia House, for that wonderful, informative video of yours. Next up is going to be Encyclopedia Britannica. Just something interesting about them. Yes, it is the encyclopedia that had been printed for so many years, and the last one came out in 2010, and you haven't seen a printed version after that. They are now fully online. They've been printing for 244 years, and so it's the longest running in-print encyclopedia in the English language. It used to be. Some interesting information, hey? So let's have a look and see what Encyclopedia Britannica can offer us today. Thank you to our wonderful partner, Encyclopedia Britannica. I would now like to introduce you to a co-ed public school from Bryanston, Bryanston High.
Good morning. Welcome at Bryanston High School. I hope to see you very soon joining our True Blue family. And please enjoy the rest of your tour of the school.
Come to Bryanston
the school that cares, and ignite your blue flame.
Good morning. Welcome at Bryanston High School. I hope to see you very soon joining our True Blue family. And please enjoy the rest of your tour of the school.
Come to Bryanston
the school that cares, and ignite your blue flame.
Good morning. Welcome at Bryanston High School. I hope to see you very soon joining our True Blue family. And please enjoy the rest of your tour of the school.
Come to Bryanston
The school that cares, and ignite your blue flame.
hope to see you very soon joining our True Blue family. And please enjoy the rest of your tour of the school.
Come to Bryanston
The school that cares
and
and ignite your blue flame.
Good morning. Welcome at Bryanston High School. I hope to see you very soon joining our True Blue family. And please enjoy the rest of your tour of the school.
come to Bryanston
The school that cares
and
and ignite your blue flame.
February, so I'm the newbie in the company. My previous experience was at Microsoft, where we did a lot of these future-ready skills conversations, obviously in the K-12 school space and in the higher education space. And driving future-ready skills, I like to say the today-ready skills, because the students have to have the skills today,
Well put.
not in the future, because they need to be able to go into varsity and into TVET college with some form of skills that will equip them to be successful once they hit the job markets. And with that said, in the school space, we support the students throughout their journeys. And it all starts at school, and already schools are starting to use things like Minecraft Education Edition. They're using Scratch coding, they're using Purple Turtle and a whole bunch of other applications around getting the students used to using computers on a regular basis. And then bringing in fun elements into the classroom like Flipgrid. All right. And then obviously the Minecraft Education Edition, which I truly believe is going to be the next best thing. And then we're going to hook in the esports on top of that as well, inside of Minecraft. And we know that most schools will need Microsoft Office licensing, so the Microsoft 365 licensing that will equip both the staff in the schools as well as the students. So they're already getting up to speed with those skills on present, using PowerPoint, using Word, using Immersive Reader, using OneNote, all of that kind of stuff. They're already learning at school and equipping themselves as they go through. Then there's an amazing platform called Microsoft Learn. Microsoft Learn is all the digital technical content you could imagine for both K-12 schools, for students, for higher education, as well as for individuals in the workplace. And the Microsoft Educator Center has now merged into Microsoft Learn. So all of that content that used to be in the separate Microsoft Educator Center sits in there now. And when you click on the job roles inside Microsoft Learn and you scroll down, it will actually give you a student tab. And the students can go in there, log in with their school username, and they will have access to all of this rich content.
Oh, amazing.
And then when they go through the programs, they can actually become what we call MOS certified, Microsoft Office Specialist certified. They can write an exam before they leave high school. They can do Microsoft Azure Fundamentals before they leave high school. These are the kind of programs we can help build out through Busbotics at a K-12 level. So getting your grade 10, 11, 12 students affinity with what they would possibly be using in the workspace once they've graduated, or if they go straight into the workspace.
That is fabulous, absolutely fabulous.
Then we talk to the future-ready students, and like I was saying, in the primary school level, we're already using these. We're talking about STEM. We are showing STEM in the classroom. The kids are enjoying it. They're building stuff. Robotics is so key. But when you do robotics, what goes part and parcel with that? Programming and coding. And this is the kind of stuff that you will then learn by using all of the different platforms. And yes, we're a Microsoft-centric company, so we use all the Microsoft coding and programming languages. Microsoft Digital Literacy, the basic 101 introduction to digital literacy, how to use the internet, how to be secure on the internet at a primary school level is absolutely key. It teaches the etiquette of using the internet. It shows you how to use Word quickly, how to use Excel quickly, so that by the time they get to high school and they start using computers for accounting, at least they have that. They're not going to be left behind.
Yeah, that is amazing. I wanted to ask you, before you get onto your next slide, about South Africa and the scarce work skills that we have here. Could you tell us a bit more about how this could contribute to that?
Sure, definitely. So if you just go and Google, or I should say Bing,
do that.
The scarce skills within Microsoft, and the CETAs list this as well, and obviously the South African government listed. IT and communications is top. So some form of digital literacy, ICT literacy is needed. Then there's the health profession, there's the engineering, there's business management, there's economics. All of these people need interaction with technology in one form or another. They need to understand cloud. All right, and if they don't have a fundamental understanding of that, they're going to struggle in the workplace.
Absolutely.
Now, Microsoft Learn, again, I come back to this platform, is where all of this free, rich, technical, digital content sits. And you can go through the courses there at your own pace, log on online, and you go through the courses. When you want to write an exam, you have to go to a Certiport or a Pearson VUE test center. Now, we have schools that have set up these kind of test centers within their computer labs environments, and they are not only offering it to their grade 10, 11, and 12s or their teachers, but they are offering it to the community. And they can cause a money spinner from that, because an exam needs to be paid for. So if a parent wants to come and write a data science or follow a data science path, they can come write that exam at the school in their lab. That is a Certiport or a Pearson VUE test center. So you don't necessarily have to go externally to the other people out there that offer those kind of test centers. It can be set up in an environment.
That is wonderful.
You know, and we talk about what is necessary for secondary school as well. Building on top of that, when it comes to grade 10, 11, and 12, we have a Microsoft product called Imagine Academy.
Yes.
And the Imagine Academy has all of these different paths and certifications you can go through. I mentioned the MOS earlier. There's data science curriculum. There's infrastructure curriculum, as well as all the Microsoft Cloud curriculum is being added to that again. And again, all of that content is free. It comes with some free exam vouchers as part of the package. And those can be used internally for teachers to write their Microsoft Certified Educator exams as part of being a Microsoft Showcase school and having Microsoft Innovative Educator experts at the school. You get access to exam vouchers to be able to write those exams. And again, what the teachers are learning, they can then say to the students, but look, I wrote this exam, I passed, do you guys want to do an Excel exam and build on top of that? With that said, Microsoft once a year hosts a competition, a worldwide competition. So my slide. No,
it's a touch screen, so maybe you can. There we go.
There we go. This is the Microsoft Learn platform that I've been talking about, and I'm happy to share any of this information that is on there as well. Just going to talking about the Microsoft Imagine Academy. Microsoft once a year runs the Imagine Cup Junior AI for Good. So all the projects around the Imagine Cup Junior Challenge is built around using Microsoft AI tools. And it's broken up into various things there. The one is for the health sector, the one is for social development, and the other one is for entrepreneurship. So you build your AI project for the Imagine Cup. It's a worldwide competition. There were 10 winners last year because it was all done online. And a girls' school in Kenya won was the top winner.
Oh, wow.
It was amazing. I mean, their projects were insane. These are K-12 children that are doing it, between the ages of 8 and 16 that are doing these projects, and it was just absolutely amazing. So all of these kind of things is what your schools can get involved with. Reach out to us at BuzzBotics, and we will help you and take you through some of these deliverables. It is absolutely amazing how we can build out a skills or a today's skills program going forward. Just quickly want to mention that cybersecurity is a massive concern, not only for the South African government, but for any corporate customer out there. And we know there's a lot of foreign attacks, cybersecurity attacks happening, and especially in a school environment. We've got to protect the children in the school environment around all of that. So not only do you need IT companies that have to be the experts, but the children need to understand what a scam email looks like. Right, and those are the kind of things we can help and build pathways for the students. We've been doing training and coaching with students for years now, and we've actually got to a point where we've realized we now need to start developing the today's skill requirements for the students as well. And the only way we can do that is working with the schools so that they can either bring it in as an elective subject, like we're doing with quite a couple of schools, that the students have that as an elective, or build it in to the current curriculum. Yes, whether it be the South African CAPS curriculum, the IEB, or the Cambridge. Build it in so that the students understand what the right thing is to do on the internet and what isn't. Okay? And I'm just going to share a couple of links as well for the students. The one is definitely Microsoft Learn for students. The others will be the Microsoft Imagine Cup Junior 2022 challenge. I challenge the schools out there. If you have some students that you feel that would like to participate, please reach out to me. We haven't had a South African team for 3 years now.
I think it's time we get one.
Very much so, very much so. We're challenging the schools out there today. Please come and join us. Let's see what we can do. It's a lot of hard work, but it's huge amounts of fun.
And so rewarding.
So rewarding, very much so. And you're building your own portfolio up for you as you go through your school, and then obviously getting ready to enter into higher education or into the workspace. So most of all, please have fun when you're going through all of these kind of technical courses and things. IT is a serious thing, but it can be absolutely a lot of fun. Join us.
Thank you, Vivian. That was very informative. Even we've been partnering with them for a bit, and they've helped us tremendously at our school. And I can attest to the fact that they can take you places. So please do reach out to Vivian. Vivian, thank you for your time. I appreciate that. I'm going to now hand over to St. Peter's, and we're going to watch a video of theirs, a promotional video.
Thank you so much.
At St. Peter's College, we've had the privilege of creating and taking academics to where we think it should go.
They step out of here ready to face university, ready to face their careers.
St. Peter's as a whole has just a warm foundation for everyone who wants to grow in the education sector.
We've done such a great job in accommodating each and every single student's need with our curriculum that we create.
The strategic focus for academics 4 years ago was to take academics in a different direction, to make us as unique as we always promise people we are. And so it was with that we introduced project-based learning.
Project-based learning takes the viewpoint that we learn better by actually engaging with something hands-on that is relevant.
Project-based learning is very successful at St. Peter's College.
And we try and make the topics as varied as possible so they can pick to do animation, they can pick to do a community-based project. We've had rockets that they get built, they get opportunity to use the 3D printer, but all of the projects have to answer a specific question.
Our labs are fully equipped with all the microscopes and with all the advanced technology that we can offer in science so that they can learn and be well equipped in their learning.
We have an offering, a huge offering when it comes to the FET phase. You can do so many different subjects, so you can choose something that you feel really confident in. And that's what I always say to grade 9s when they're choosing subjects. Choose a subject that you're good at and a subject that you enjoy, because that's what you're going to be successful in.
We're looking for joy, that you are finding something that just excites you, that you never realized that you were interested in that feeling. That we want to give students an opportunity to go and explore.
Being an educator it's not just about you, and it's not just about what you know in your head. It's about what the child is trying to show you that they understand based on what you know and what you have taught them.
And I think it is just about building. And so you might struggle a little bit. It's not a problem. It's actually important sometimes to struggle. It's not the end of the world if you fail. We then just continue to build. And I think it's that philosophy that helps our students to grow.
The teachers are given their own time after school, and they are exhausted at that time, but they still want to achieve the best results for every child. So I feel like, it is the best environment for my children. Being able to help others and make the little difference that we do on a daily basis has really been part of me for my entire existence.
It's the teachers that are so dedicated at St. Peter's College, and that's what makes a difference. At St. Peter's College, we've had the privilege of creating and taking academics to where we think it should go.
They step out of here ready to face university, ready to face their careers.
St. Peter's as a whole has just a warm foundation for everyone who wants to grow in the education sector.
We've done such a great job in accommodating each and every single student's need with our curriculum that we create.
The strategic focus for academics 4 years ago was to take academics in a different direction, to make us as unique as we always promise people we are. And so it was with that we introduced project-based learning.
Project-based learning takes the viewpoint that we learn better by actually engaging with something hands-on that is relevant.
Project-based learning is very successful at St. Peter's College.
And we try and make the topics as varied as possible so they can pick to do animation, they can pick to do a community-based project. We've had rockets that they get built, they get opportunity to use the 3D printer, but all of the projects have to answer a specific question.
Our labs are fully equipped with all the microscopes and with all the advanced technology that we can offer in science so that they can learn and be well equipped in their learning.
We have an offering, a huge offering when it comes to the FET phase. You can do so many different subjects. So you can choose something that you feel really confident in. And that's what I always say to grade 9s when they're choosing subjects. Choose a subject that you're good at and a subject that you enjoy, because that's what you're going to be successful in.
We're looking for joy, that you are finding something that just excites you, that you never realized that you were interested in that feeling. That we want to give students an opportunity to go and explore.
Being an educator it's not just about you, and it's not just about what you know in your head. It's about what the child is trying to show you that they understand based on what you know and what you have taught them.
And I think it is just about building. And so you might struggle a little bit. It's not a problem. It's actually important sometimes to struggle. It's not the end of the world if you fail. We then just continue to build. And I think it's that philosophy that helps our students to grow.
The teachers are given their own time after school, and they are exhausted at that time, but they still want to achieve the best results for every child. So I feel like, it is the best environment for my children.
Being able to help others and make the little difference that we do on a daily basis has really been part of me for my entire existence.
It's the teachers that are so dedicated at St. Peter's College, and that's what makes a difference. At St. Peter's College, we've had the privilege of creating and taking academics to where we think it should go.
They step out of here ready to face university, ready to face their careers.
St. Peter's as a whole has just a warm foundation for everyone who wants to grow in the education sector.
We've done such a great job in accommodating each and every single student's need with our curriculum that we create.
The strategic focus for academics 4 years ago was to take academics in a different direction, to make us as unique as we always promise people we are. And so it was with that we introduced project-based learning.
Project-based learning takes the viewpoint that we learn better by actually engaging with something hands-on that is relevant.
Project-based learning is very successful at St. Peter's College.
And we try and make the topics as varied as possible so they can pick to do animation, they can pick to do a community-based project. We've had rockets that they get built, they get opportunity to use the 3D printer, but all of the projects have to answer a specific question.
Our labs are fully equipped with all the microscopes and with all the advanced technology that we can offer in science so that they can learn and be well equipped in their learning.
We have an offering, a huge offering when it comes to the FET phase. You can do so many different subjects. So you can choose something that you feel really confident in. And that's what I always say to grade 9s when they're choosing subjects. Choose a subject that you're good at and a subject that you enjoy, because that's what you're going to be successful in.
We're looking for joy, that you are finding something that just excites you, that you never realized that you were interested in that feeling. That we want to give students an opportunity to go and explore.
Being an educator it's not just about you, and it's not just about what you know in your head. It's about what the child is trying to show you that they understand based on what you know and what you have taught them.
And I think it is just about building. And so you might struggle a little bit. It's not a problem. It's actually important sometimes to struggle. It's not the end of the world if you fail. We then just continue to build. And I think it's that philosophy that helps our students to grow.
The teachers are given their own time after school, and they are exhausted at that time, but they still want to achieve the best results for every child. So I feel like, it is the best environment for my children.
Being able to help others and make the little difference that we do on a daily basis has really been part of me for my entire existence.
It's the teachers that are so dedicated at St. Peter's College, and that's what makes a difference. At St. Peter's College, we've had the privilege of creating and taking academics to where we think it should go.
They step out of here ready to face university, ready to face their careers.
St. Peter's as a whole has just a warm foundation for everyone who wants to grow in the education sector.
We've done such a great job in accommodating each and every single student's need with our curriculum that we create.
The strategic focus for academics 4 years ago was to take academics in a different direction, to make us as unique as we always promise people we are. And so it was with that we introduced project-based learning.
Project-based learning takes the viewpoint that that we learn better by actually engaging with something hands-on that is relevant.
Project-based learning is very successful at St. Peter's College.
And we try and make the topics as varied as possible so they can pick to do animation, they can pick to do a community-based project. We've had rockets that they get built, they get opportunity to use the 3D printer, but all of the projects have to answer a specific question.
Our labs are fully equipped with all the microscopes and with all the advanced technology that we can offer in science so that they can learn and be well equipped in their learning.
We have an offering, a huge offering when it comes to the FET phase. You can do so many different subjects, so you can choose something that you feel really confident in. And that's what I always say to grade 9s when they're choosing subjects. Choose a subject that you're good at and a subject that you enjoy, because that's what you're going to be successful in.
We're looking for joy, that you are finding something that just excites you, that you never realized that you were interested in that feeling. That we want to give students an opportunity to go and explore.
Being an educator it's not just about you, and it's not just about what you know in your head. It's about what the child is trying to show you that they understand based on what you know and what you have taught them.
And I think it is just about building. And so you might struggle a little bit. It's not a problem. It's actually important sometimes to struggle. It's not the end of the world if you fail. We then just continue to build. And I think it's that philosophy that helps our students to grow.
The teachers are given their own time after school and they are exhausted at that time, but they still want to achieve the best results for every child. So I feel like, it is the best environment for my children.
Being able to help others and make the little difference that we do on a daily basis has really been part of me for my entire existence.
It's the teachers that are so dedicated at St. Peter's College, and that's what makes a difference.
Good afternoon to a representative from Parktown Boys High. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Absolutely, ma'am. Good afternoon. My name is Seth Scott. I am a prefect and the captain of rowing at Parktown Boys High School.
Oh, captain of rowing, hey?
Yes.
Is rowing a big thing at your school?
It is. It's a popular summer sport, and we encourage more students to come every day. We've got a first team and a second team. So most schools only have one rowing team, which makes rowing quite popular in our school.
Sorry, and I'm going a bit off topic here, but so if we have children coming from a primary school and they want to join your school and they're keen on rowing, would they have to have been rowing before the time, or could they start off with you?
No, when I started rowing, I started rowing in grade 8, and I started off as a pretty terrible rower, if I'm being honest. And I built my way up. Parktown helped me to get to where I am now as a first team captain. And they introduced the sport. Not many primary schools do rowing as a sport. No. So Parktown helps you pursue that line.
And I know there are quite a few primary school children who would love to have it. Just something else. Tell me, what sets your school apart from other schools? I mean, do you like your school?
I love my school. With a passion, I love my school.
And why? What makes your school so great?
Well, what sets my school apart is its authenticity. Lots of schools, they teach their kids, listen, you must greet parents and teachers as they pass you. Must be respectful at all times, participate, be active, be productive. But at Parktown, we really drive us home, where it's not just, hello ma'am, or it's not just sir. It's, hello ma'am, how are you doing? Or hello sir, how's your day been? And we go on like that. We're also very enthusiastic on getting our learners involved. And I really like that about the school. Before I joined Parktown, I wasn't much of a sports person. In fact, I didn't do any sports. But coming to Parktown, they taught me the benefits of doing a team activity, and I've learned so much from it.
Oh, and collaboration is such a big thing nowadays. Everybody's buzzing with collaboration. So.
Absolutely.
That I can attest to that. I feel so welcomed and genuinely greeted when the Parktown boys greet me. So well done that you guys have made it part of your ethos. Hey.
Exactly.
Thank you for joining us.
Anytime. Man.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Hello, Siyabonga from Fourways High School. Welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Good afternoon. My name is Siyabonga Pagati. I go to Fourways High School. I am the head boy and president at Fourways High School.
Oh, you have a president. Can you tell me what that entails?
I'm just basically, to put it into plain terms, a representative of the students, representing the school as the student body, helping out the teachers in terms of running the school, if that makes sense.
Oh, it does make sense. That's wonderful. Wonderful opportunities for learners at your school, isn't it?
Yes, of course there is.
So I've asked everyone this, and I'm going to ask you this too. Do you like your school?
Of course.
Of course
I think
you do.
Even if I don't like it, I've got to say it, but I do like it. My school, I love my school. I believe that my school, we nurture talent. We are inclusive of everyone. We are a diverse school. I think that's just one of the things, or a few of the things that Fourways does do, which makes it such a great school, and which is why I love it.
That is very special. And as far as sport is concerned, people who are going from a primary school sector to high school, is sport a big thing for you guys?
It's a very big thing. I myself, I didn't play hockey in primary, and I started hockey in grade 8. And I didn't know how to play hockey, and now I could say I'm an average player.
Oh, wow, that's great.
And I know how to play hockey. So I think in terms of everything, Fourways does really nurture you, as I've said before.
And grow. Hey, it grows you into different directions.
It has grown me. I've been there since grade 8. I'm now in my final year. It has grown me into the man I am today.
And if you were to have your whole high school career over, you'd stick to that school?
I would do it again.
Thank you so much for your time. It was lovely meeting you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And I have Hannah here with me from Edu Inc. Hey?
Education Incorporated.
Education Incorporated, the lovely little school we spoke about a little bit earlier. And we had somebody who just informed us about your school, and I was so interested to hear about all your different houses that you have, and they're based on the Harry Potter theme?
Yes, most definitely.
In which house are you?
Griffin the Best, of course.
Of course, yeah.
And the teacher that came earlier was also in my house.
And I just picked up on that. I think I also want to be in that house, but I'm afraid I might be the dragon.
No, I'm sure you won't be.
So tell me, Hannah, your school being a small school, does it bother you guys if you are in a small school environment, and does it help you? How does that work for you? Because it's so strange for us to see schools with classes of only 12 students in there.
Yes. I must admit, I was at a bigger school my whole life until grade 7. And coming into a smaller school, the environment you're in is just so amazing, because everyone is so comfortable with who you are. It builds your self-confidence, you have one-on-one attention. It's really, really amazing.
And I understand that you guys are given lots of opportunities
Yes.
there. I've heard about the lovely gaming that you do on a Friday.
Yes,
Dungeons and Dragons. Yes, I'm jealous. And but I've also heard that you guys have a couple of you who have been into TED Talks.
Yes, I was doing TED Talks last year, yes.
That is amazing. That's absolutely wonderful. And that's an international thing, hey?
It really is.
Well, congratulations. That's quite an achievement.
Thank you very much.
So I know we've heard what sets your school apart, but in your mind, if you had to have your whole high school career over, is that the kind of school where you think you could go to, and if you had to have it over and you could choose anything,
Yes.
would you do it again? And do you think it would prepare you properly for going into a tertiary education? What do you think?
Most definitely I would do it again, because EduInc has really built my self-esteem and my self-confidence, and it's made me the person I am today, and I really wouldn't change a single thing.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes.
I love the idea of the school. You guys must go and watch that school across the road from Fourways, hey?
Yes.
Go and have a look and see what they are about. It's really quite interesting.
Yes.
And I'm still keen to find out what house I am. I might just go and do that quiz
We
a
would
little
love
bit
to
later
have
too.
you.
Thank you so much. Lovely to meet you,
You too.
and
Thank you very much
enjoy
for
the
having
rest.
me.
You're welcome. Thank you. Hang on, we're going to put you in now. Right, let's go. So, sorry about that. Sorry, this is Nadashan from Dainfern. Sorry, Nadasha, for that little glitch that I caused here. So you said you're from public relations. Sus.
Public relations, we are essentially the face of our school at times.
Yes.
We are there when you need us to be there, and we are willing to help out no matter what.
Okay.
Be it open days, be it days like this, we are there, rain or shine.
Oh, wow. So that is quite an interesting concept for a high school to have. Hey, usually high schools have sports events, captains and so on, but you guys have public relations. That's wonderful.
We do have the sports captains as well, ma'am.
You do have that too, indeed. So tell me, what sets your school apart from other schools?
It's the aspect of family, ma'am. No matter what happens at Dainfern, anyone's got your back. Be it from a grade 8 helping out a matric or a matric helping out a grade 8.
Oh, wow.
Everyone has your back. It's a giant family.
That is goosebump stuff. That is absolutely amazing. And how does that equip you, do you think, later on in life? Do you think the fact that you've always had a family behind you is going to leave you stranded when you go to tertiary education?
No, ma'am. As much as it is like a family, they still do try and help you be independent no matter what. I mean, the teachers don't exactly spoon feed you. But for when it comes to a tertiary education, I feel like the way they've instilled in us, be nice to everyone, you know, make friends, it's going to be a lot easier for us because we can go out there and we can mingle. And being public relations, they teach you how to do all of this.
Absolutely, that is absolutely fantastic. If you were not in public relations, what other things would there be for a person to do besides sports and public relations? Have you got other
We have
things in
massive
sport?
culture department from all the musics. We have a great marimba band. We have dramatic arts. We have art. We have a chess team. And as well as the fact that we also have a very, very extensive outreach program. That before COVID times, we did go to all the creches and all the schools just outside of our areas and help where we can.
Oh, it's always so good to give back.
It is.
And I understand that you have a beautiful faculty. You have a beautiful school. Hey.
We do.
So thank you so much for joining me. It was lovely to meet you.
It's lovely to meet you too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This time we have Kelly from St. Peter's. Welcome, Kelly.
Thank you, ma'am, for having me.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
So basically, I am an aquatics person. I love to be in the water. I'm involved in swimming and water polo, and I am one of the captains for water polo. Our school actually has an amazing indoor aquatic centre that we use all the time, morning trainings and afternoon trainings. So it gives us a great environment, especially because we hold an old pets tournament for water polo and cricket. So it's our biggest tournament of the year that's actually coming up on the 24th of February, and we're really excited to host
Oh,
it.
that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. And that, I presume, gives you some swimming in winter as well, hey?
Yes, it does. We have training throughout the year, and we have club training that you can be involved in.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
So, obviously for primary schools who have not been exposed to water polo, they a bit on the back foot when they get to your school. How do you guys incorporate them, or do they not stand a chance?
So before the school year begins, we have a week of water polo where they can come in, try the sports, and this happens for all the summer sports. So they actually don't start off in the back end when we hit school, because they've really learned all the new skills, they've met new friends, and they feel comfortable in the water.
Oh, that sounds just amazing, hey? It sounds like you guys really take care of your newbies who come into the school.
Yeah, we're not a school that wants to be the best or known for the best. We want to be a school that knows that you can try anything and feel included and express yourself. So I've never did water polo when I came to St. Peter's College, and I am now one of the best players, and I really feel amazing in the water because the coaches really took the time to build my skills and build my abilities.
Oh, that's wonderful. And tell me about your academics.
So I am an honor student. I get A's. And our program for St. Peter's College has changed a little bit. In grade 8 and grade 9, we only let the subjects 2 per term. So the students don't feel overwhelmed. So they take their 3 core subjects and then 2 extra per term. So it changes.
And that helps them later on, hey?
It does, because they're also allowed to try new things like culturals and sports, so they get a whole environment of being in the outside world.
And with this being a private school, do you guys write the IEB exam?
Yes, we do write the IEB exam.
Oh, wonderful. Hey,
Yeah.
IEB exam will open doors for you in other countries as well.
Of course, yeah.
And it's quite a tough exam, so well done for being an honest student.
Thank you so much.
It's lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you
Thank you for
too.
joining me.
Thanks, ma'am.
And welcome to Christian from Bryanston High.
Thank you for having
just
me.
around the corner from us. It's lovely to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Christian, tell us a little bit about yourself. I see lots of badges on this jersey of yours, on this blazer of yours. Tell us about it.
Well, in my school, I'm involved in leadership programs and a lot of sports in my school. I am on the student council, and we basically deal with things that students have problems with to the school and bring it to the school board so they can discuss little changes that should be made to the school. And with athletics, I really enjoy the program. I am on the first team, and I am one of the options for the next captain.
Oh, that is wonderful. We'll be holding thumbs for you.
Thank you.
Tell me something. What separates your school from other schools? How are you different?
Our school is extremely diverse. No matter if you're good at academics, if you're good at sports, or if you're just an average student, we treat everybody equally. We're a whole family, and blue blood runs through our veins.
Oh, I like the blue blood, hey? We've got a couple of blue blood children from Bryandale that came to you as well, and they absolutely thrive there.
That's amazing.
It is an amazing school. On that, I've seen a lot of advertisements for Bryanston, and I've seen them everywhere, all the way up to Kyalami area. Do you have students who come from all over? Do they come from different areas?
It used to be only a certain area of people that were allowed to be accepted to Bryanston High, but it's since changed, and we have an A list and we have a B list. So that means that there's a larger variety of students that can join our school.
Oh, that's really, really good news, I'm sure, for some of our parents out there who are
Definitely.
living a little bit further away.
Definitely.
For a newbie who goes in, a brand new student goes into grade 8, they're going to look at you and they're going to be intimidated. Heck, I'm intimidated by your height. Okay, so that little person's going to be intimidated. Do you guys make them feel welcome? How do you treat them when they arrive?
So when the grade 8s come in, we do have little decorations outside of our gates. We have balloons, where the parents can take pictures of these students, the children on the first day of school. And they don't learn for the first 3 days of school. They sit in the hall and they learn about the school and everything that they offer, just to make them feel more comfortable in our school. So we make sure that they're not uncomfortable and don't just jump into sports. We do have pre-season programs where they may join and just get comfortable with the sports and everyone around them.
Sounds like you guys are pretty organised and
100%.
geared up for the next lot of grade 8s who are going to come in soon.
100%.
So thank you very much for joining me this afternoon.
Thank you so much for
and
having me.
all the best for the rest of the year.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Welcome, Vezi from St Mary's DSG, Pretoria.
Yeah, Pretoria.
Welcome. Tell us about yourself.
My name is Vezi. I actually went to Bryandale, but I graduated in 2017, I believe. And I am the head girl for this year for 2022, and I'm at St Mary's DSG, and I'm a boarder.
Oh, so she wore this badge proudly. Welcome, and congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
Vezi, tell us about your school. What separates, obviously it's a girls' school, but what separates it? Let me first ask you this. Why would somebody want to go to a girls' school, an all-girls school?
Well, one of the benefits of going to an all-girls school is that you have increased focus. You're not surrounded by different distractions, and also you build a greater community within it. We are all so comfortable around each other. It's like we're literally all sisters. It's really fun to say. Sometimes you fight as sisters, but you make up as sisters, and you love on each other. You love each other as sisters as well. Also, you have all of these amazing conversations with each of the individuals there, and they teach you how to be more empathetic as a human being, and just how to see the world in different perspectives. So that's what I really love about DSG, is that you come into this environment and you're a little grade 8 who doesn't know much about the world, but then through the culture of the school as well as through the students, you learn how to think more critically, you learn how to think with more empathy, and you learn how to just generally just be a better human being.
And clearly a happy human being as well. You guys are so happy. What about sport and academics? Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
At our school, we try to make sure that you're a well-rounded person.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want you to be too smart and you only focus on your academics, or too sporty and you don't focus much on your academics. So we try to make people as well-rounded as possible. So we have compulsory sports as well as compulsory cultural hours. And the fun thing about cultural hours is that there are different activities. There's interior design, and there's dance as well. I'm pretty sure there's a national aesthetic where they train you how to do aesthetic. There's public speaking, debating. And our sports facilities are absolutely incredible. We have a water-based astro. All of our netball coaches are... they play for the South African national teams, the men's netball. And even our senior netball coach, he is the captain of the men's team. Okay. And most of our players on the first teams are actually provincial and national players. So we make sure you have well-rounded, and sports is compulsory. So
sports is compulsory.
Sports is compulsory.
That's wonderful. And you have good coaches. That's what you're saying.
Amazing coaches.
I do know from netball that some of your players make it quite far as well.
Yeah, they go very, very far. Our current captain of netball, I believe that she is on the Tshwane national team.
Okay.
Absolutely fantastic.
Wonderful. And is it a boarding school?
It is a boarding school. So I'm a boarder. So I live around the Stanton area. I live in Lone Hill. So obviously I can't be traveling back and forth to Pretoria. But it is a boarding school, and the boarding house is one big family. It's so amazing there. You build unbelievable bonds and this amazing sisterhood, and you can really rely on one another because you're experiencing the same things. It's really, it gets tough sometimes, especially with homesickness, and you really miss home. But what's amazing about it is that you have these people who are feeling the exact same way about you.
Oh, that's
the same way as you. So you feel the same, and you're all relating to each other, and it's amazing. It's always a sisterhood, because I only have an older brother, and so when I got to DSG, I got 30 new sisters. I'm
that sounds
overload.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for joining me. It's lovely to see you here, and all the best for the rest of the year.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome, Weeza from Pretoria Girls High.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and your school. Well, first tell us about yourself.
Okay, so basically I'm in the first team for basketball right now, and we just had our basketball trials. And also I participate a lot in drama activities and in clubs and stuff. And not normally on the sports field, but I am normally in like the different cultural activities that we have, which is a very wide variety.
Okay, so tell us about that wide variety of culture, because we have a lot of children who would love to go into an area where culture is a big thing. Tell us about that.
We have Rhythmony choir, which is Rhythmony is basically like a different department of choir where you sing but more with a smaller group, and it's more of a soulful voice. And we also have different clubs like drama. We also have different art clubs like photography, where you develop your own film and stuff, and different art.
Take me back one. You develop your own film?
Well, like, you know,
yes.
And then like there's a dark room.
Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah.
That is so interesting. Tell us more. Tell us more.
So basically what I do is I did drama, and we basically have these events. So it's called like the drama like club, and then like you audition for your house, and then you perform a play. Each house performs a play, as there's 10 houses.
You have 10 houses, so that's a pretty big school, I think.
Yes, it is a big school.
And how do you guys deal with newbies coming in? You're an all-girls school.
Yes.
And so the girls coming in there are possibly going to be boarders, am I correct? They might be homesick. How do you guys deal with that?
Well, when I was first in boarding, I was also homesick. But as I've had years of experience of introducing the new grade 8s, it's actually become a lot more heartwarming to see them develop, and how they actually sit at, like, how they introduce themselves to the school, and how they integrate themselves, and how they are communicating with each other. So I really like how we accept each and every one of them.
So at a previous school we heard about the sisterhood. Do you guys experience a sisterhood there too?
We actually have a strong sense of sisterhood, because we have a lot of activities and types of things where girls come in together, and then
so they collaborate.
Yeah, they collaborate, and then they involve themselves in different activities where we connect to each other on a deeper level.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially in the hostel, as we are all together.
So tell me, is this a private school?
It's not fully a private school, but we are an independent government school.
An independent government school. Yes. You don't write the IEB exam?
No, we don't write the IEB exam.
Right. And if you had your high school career over, are you matric this year?
No, I'm in grade 11.
Grade 11. So you're almost going to...
Almost.
Yeah. So if you were given the choice to start over again, would you choose this school again, Pretoria?
Definitely. I would choose the school again, because there's so much stuff that I would want to do again, as our school doesn't stay the same. Every year there's something new that's added, and every year there's a new experience, and you can see how the grade 8s are adapting to that new experience, and the new values that we're having, and the new morals that we are getting from the school. So I really would come to the school again, just so that I could gain the new experience. Yes.
And confidence, your school, do they pride themselves in students who are very confident?
We have a lot of pride in our school. We actually have different personalities, but with those different personalities, we have confidence in those personalities, basically.
I know what you mean.
Some people have very like quiet personalities, but you always like normally have your friend with a big personality, and then you help each other grow like that. The other friend learns to back down, and the other friend learns to speak up more. So that's how we learn and cooperate with each other.
So you learn from each other as well.
Yeah, a lot.
And if you could give a word of advice to anybody coming to boarding school, girls' school, is it worth it? Just give them some advice.
My advice is, don't be scared. Honestly, just go for it. And don't hold yourself back. There's a lot of stuff that you are capable to do. And don't try to suppress that inside of you. You need to let it out, because there's a lot of people who are waiting to see it, and a lot of friends that you're willing to make.
And I think Daisy here and Girls High, Pretoria Girls High, are going to just embrace you in if you come there. So let's see if you guys are going to go to that school. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much.